should go to sleep. To see my baby, she was in a nightcap. When I went to see my baby, she was on the ground. There was something in her eyes as I sat beside her. There was nothing in her eyes, nothing that could hide her. Singing in her sleep and she was looking at me. She was singing in her sleep and she was singing sadly. There was something in her voice, something I was sensing. There was something in her voice, something that was missing. Opened up my heart and pity recognized her. Pity opened up my heart and nothing could disguise her. She concealed herself inside a body she could sleep in. She concealed herself inside a body could see, yeah. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a home. Home, 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 home.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Randy, singer for the Residents. And this over here is Chuck on keyboards. And Bob on guitar. Now, I'm sure all of our longtime fans out there remember that there were always 4 of us. Well, I'm sorry to say that Carlos has retired. After almost 40 years in the music business, Carlos decided that the rock and roll lifestyle was just not for him. So, Carlos went back to Mexico and he's taking care of his mom now. But we missed you, buddy. We missed you, Carlos. We don't miss those really long drum solos, but we miss Carlos. Okay, all right, so now, we wanted to invite all of you people into our little living room here so we can sing a few songs for you and tell you a few stories. Now, some of these stories are kind of spooky. So, get ready. The first one. It's called the Talking Light.
Uh-oh. Catch it. Uh-oh. Catch it.
Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager, I was out walking by myself and wandered into an unfamiliar area. The land was badly eroded, and as I looked up a small ravine, I saw a little cottage that appeared to be deserted. I noticed a weathered piece of paper stuck to the door and became curious as to what it said. In large, shaking letters were the following words: "If you find my baby inside, please bury him." Startled, I took the note off the door and continued to read.
I cannot stay here no more. Something has my baby in that house, and I can't get him back. There is some kind of light surrounding him, and every time I try to stick my hand into the light and grab my baby, it burns me. But it don't seem to be hurting him none. And there's a voice. A voice is coming out of the light. And it says, "Find the ring. Find the ring." I have looked all over that house. I ripped up the floorboards. I tore down the wallpaper, but I can't find no ring anywhere. And now have to go look for help, but I might not make it back to my poor baby. Oh, dear God! I think somehow we wound up in hell. And I get the feeling it must be my baby's fault. But I don't know what he's done to deserve this.
Except for a small area around a baby bassinet in the center of the room, the interior of the shack was total chaos. After working my way through the jumble of broken furniture, loose floorboards, and other rubble, I finally reached the side of the oddly spotless and pristine bassinet, covered by a clean white blanket. Filled with apprehension, I removed the cover, revealing the perfectly formed skeleton of a baby, clutching a wedding ring in its right hand. After scratching a shallow hole in the dry dirt, I was about to dump the pitiful basket of bones into it when I noticed some words engraved on the ring. Deeply disturbed but compelled to continue, I brought the ring closer to my eyes and made out the words, "A mother's love erases rages. A mother's rage erases." But the rest was scratched out. Overwhelmed by feelings of fear, disgust, and confusion, I threw the ring and the baby skeleton into the hole. I quickly covered them with dirt and ran home. No one has ever believed my story. I've tried to convince myself that it must have been a dream induced by the instability of adolescence. I take comfort from that
lie. Lost in a lack
darling backbone. 6 more miles to the graveyard, and I'll be left here all alone. Six more miles, long and sad. 6 more miles, and leave my darling. I'll leave the best friend I ever I don't know about you, but I believe in ghosts. They've always been there my whole life, under the beds and in the backs of the closets. There was this guy named Red. I worked with Red on a construction job, on a 12-story building. And one day, all of a sudden, bleep, Red fell off the building. And I found his body, all rearranged in a weird kind of a way. And anytime after that, whenever I went up somewhere really high, like the edge of the Grand Canyon or the top of the Dubai Tower, Red would suddenly appear, and he would talk in this really sweet, soothing voice and try to get me to jump. And then there was the time that I was trapped, stuck in quicksand in Crossett, Arkansas, and this big, giant, glowing ball just came down right on top of my head. And inside of this ball, it was just full of worms and bugs and snakes and the cut-off head of a train conductor. It was real really weird in there. But the worst of all are the mirror people. The mirror people. I'll tell you more about them later.
I was lifted up by through a hole in the sky where God told me to dig. I found figures of pigs.
He put his butchers to work with a competent clerk, executing those who had abandoned the truth. Then four faces appeared around the sides of the sphere, spinning over a throne made of amber and gold. The ball was covered with eyes, and as it started to rise, God commanded the clerk to take me back to the dirt. See the holy twosome, they can heal and they can do some things that no one ever did before. this is not quite in line. And I lifted up the gun, softly like it was my love, and I ducked and shuddered as they sighed. As I clipped the metal on it, something like a liquid gun that shimmered my holy inside. Then the people screamed and shouted as the donut grew and sprouted. Little bitty dust balls made of fire that eventually descended down. The lights had finally ended at the screams and unbelieving cries. For soon the cripples would be walking and the dummies would be talking. But no one knew exactly how or why.
Have you ever heard of anyone being haunted by a snake? Probably not. Me neither. Except it happened to me. It wasn't just any snake. It was Leonard. Leonard was not that boa constrictor. I named him after that singer, Leonard Cohen. You know, he had that song about the guy who was standing in front of the mirror with a razor blade and shaving cream on his face. It went kind of like this.
Well, it comes to this. Yes, it comes to this. And wasn't it a lot?
Well, I used to sing that song whenever I would feed Leonard. I don't know why. It just kind of made sense to me. I always fed hamsters to Leonard until he got too big for him. Then I started feeding him rabbits. And let me tell you, feeding a rabbit to Leonard, it was really something else. That rabbit would just be shaking. That rabbit would be shaking. Like a one-legged horse in a hurricane. Leonard, he would just take his time, slowly edging up to that rabbit, pretending like nothing was happening, but the rabbit knew. The rabbit knew. And then all of a sudden, wham! Leonard would just wrap his coil all around that rabbit. Pretty soon the rabbit just disappeared inside of Leonard's muscular body. And he would open his jaw wider and wider until it kind of dislocated. And he'd just get that rabbit in one big gulp. It wasn't that kind of big gulp like you get at 7-Eleven or anything. It was more like the kind of big gulp that Linda Lovelace did on that guy's penis in the deep throat. Except the penis came back out. Rabbit never did.
It's come to this. Yes, it's come to this. Oh, it's come to this. Yes, it's come to this. Oh, it's come to this. Yes! It's come to this! It's come to this! This? This?
At least, the rabbits never came back in my mouth. I never named the rabbits because I didn't want to get attached to them, but almost like all of a sudden I could hear this voice in my brain. And it said, "Hi, I'm Ralph." Real clear like it was weird. But anyway, Ralph was kind of beefy, you know. So I knew that Leonard's lunch was going to be a real challenge that day. Sure enough, just as soon as I put Ralph in Leonard's box, he just bounced. I mean, he was just all over this thing. But, you know, Leonard was kind of shook up, but he recovered, and soon he had a couple of coils around Ralph, and it was looking like the regular thing. But then, Ralph, I don't know if he had rabies or what, but you know, I could tell Leonard was shook up by this growling rabbit. This was not the way it was supposed to be. What with him being a 12-foot boa constrictor and all, but soon, you know, he started dislocating the jaws, wrapping them around Ralph's head. But I guess he was so anxious he didn't kill the rabbit first. As soon as he closed his jaws around Ralph's body, all of a sudden he started jerking and twitching, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden, here was Ralph's head coming out through Leonard's stomach, just snarling and growling. Well, at least that was the end of Leonard until I came back as a ghost. The weird thing is, he keeps getting bigger and bigger. He must be 30 or 40 feet long now. He keeps coiling around and around me all the time while I'm eating breakfast, watching TV. I don't think he can hurt me. He's big, ghost snake and all, but he blames me. He blames me for Ralph. Look, I'm getting kind of nervous now. I ate 14 hot dogs yesterday.
Oh, it comes to this. Yes, it's come to this. And wasn't it a long way
A little piece of sand that blows above the ocean's breeze. But all she has is thoughts of all those fingers peeling seeds and leaving them to mold among the women watching weeds.
Said little Ted was dead. I read in a letter today. The same for Monica's monkey, she said. Quietly it slipped away. His eyes were black and his beak was brown. Mr. Cuckoo has fallen asleep, and soon his home will be underground. Mr. Cuckoo has fallen asleep.
outside the bar stove, and I went to bed. First my friend was with me, then my friend was dead. All his clothes were burned out, and his bells were red. After all we've been through, what more can be said?
The mirror people. They have their rules, you know. They have their rules. If you walk up and you look right in the mirror, they never talk to you. They never talk. And if somebody else is in the room, they never talk then either. But they're there. They're there. They want you. They want to become you. My ex-wife, Bonnie, she's one. She's one. That's why I started sleeping in the garage. Once when I was a kid, I was in a barber shop. I don't go in those places anymore. You can probably tell. I hate them. But when I was a kid, I was in this barber shop, and I sat in that big chair, and I looked all around, and all those mirrors, and I got so scared, I just jumped, and it made the barber stab himself in the cheek with his scissors. After that, my mom always cut my hair.
Next time you're stuck with the nastiest job in the house, make it vanish.
The unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister expected nothing from life. And so she has sight from sight.
When I was very young, I had a twin sister that no one could see but me. We lived in a farm without any neighbors, so she was my constant companion. For some reason, she liked to play tricks on my mother. These tricks were often mean, and even though I didn't, I usually got the blame, I was unable to stop myself from helping her. once we were playing under the kitchen table where my mother was sitting shelling peas. I grabbed her leg and said I wanted to play horsey as my sister placed a loop of clothesline around her ankle. Mother said no, and then she got up from the table, walked 2 steps, and tripped as she reached the end of the rope. As my mother fell, she knocked a boiling pot off the stove. It fell on her head. Even though it was July, she was cooking pasta in the shape of little green Christmas trees because it was my favorite. Mother's face was no more than 6 inches from mine as she screamed, jerked away the pot, and revealed the red bubbling face covered with little green Christmas trees.
Unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects. The unseen sister protects, 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 protects. Mother was dead when I woke up. 7 years later, my father said that she had become tangled in the cord of a toaster and electrocuted herself as she stumbled around the room, screaming in pain. I had a goldfish that died one time, too. Unseen sister objects. The unseen sister protects.
sister expected nothing from life, and so she passed from sight. The mirror people, the mirror people. Okay, all right, I know. This mirror people stuff, it sounds pretty weird. You probably think I'm crazy. All right, okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you right now. Just wait, right there, wait. It's a mirror. Okay, now, this is gonna be kind of dangerous. I think you're okay out there, especially if you're way back in the back. But I'm gonna look right in this mirror. So get ready. Hi, I'm Randy, singer for The Residents. This is Chuck on keyboards. And Bob on guitar. Fuck Carlos. Guy was an asshole. Okay, now, we have a couple more songs for you. This next one is about a dear, sweet little old lady.
Cares if I do what I like. much I am scared. I might murder myself. My plans. If I do it, who will take care of my plans? Maybe Martha. She did send a card on Mother's Day, and she has a philodendron and a few ferns. They look terrible, though, just like her house. She never dusts her leaves. What about Berta? She's been married 3 times. How could she possibly take care of orchids? And if I do it, how long will it be before they notice? Weeks, months, and all that time, my poor orchids being eaten by those aphids. I know why they ignore me. It was a long time ago. But they still hold it against me. I know. He was old. He could barely hop around. Poor thing. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to. anyone else cares.
Lily, little Lily, a lily, little Lily, Lily, chilling Lily, a lily with her white face, elegant Lily is stainlessly lonely. Like a face in a flashlight with teeth you might bite. Like dice rolling snake eyes in headlights at night. Like a corpse in the sunshine. Or eyes in a fight.
There's a spot. There's a spot on my glove. No. No. Maybe it was make 'em runny. Make 'em runny, honey. Doilies. Doilies. Where have all the doilies gone? Roses will wither and die, along with the lace and the line. Nothing is nicer than death, and matching the bad and the best. He hated me. He hated me. And hate is hot, and hate is white. I'll not even have disdain for him. Not even a stain of memory looked up to. Lacking all respect for him, I'm blacking out the specks of decent thoughts that linger in me. Leaving only one. White, calm, peaceful white swans. Silently flying through the snow, looking down at the bleached bones of a noble knight who died trying to save his lady, his lovely lady. She wanted to bring her man milk in the moonlight, but it was too late. It was too late. It was too late. He said,
Bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came slowly and mournfully from the bleeding lips of a youth who lay on his dying bed at the close of day. Darkness hovered above his head as the shadows of death grew thick like lead. He thought of his home and his family that night as the cowboys gathered to watch him die. Bury me not on the lone prairie where the wild coyotes howl over me in the narrow grave, just 6x3. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. And his voice stopped there. But we took no heed of his dying prayer. In a narrow grave, just 6 by 3, we buried him there on the lone prairie. What can they do? 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 They don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to say. No going back. No going back. No going back. No day. Yo, no going back. No going back. No going back today. So what can they do? What can they do? What can they do? No, no, no. What can they do? What can they do? What can they do today?
Citizens are advised to keep indoors and mute on music. Allegedly, moving roads gangs.
neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. There's something